would like to introduce you to our festival in Croatia. In a small town of Vinkovci. I don't know if you knew that it's a very small town. It's approximately of 30,000 inhabitants, and we have a reputation of Croatian Detroit in terms of rock music.
Okay.
Most of the large rock bands from Croatia are situated in Vinkovci. So when you come,
so it's the right place for the festival.
That's right.
Okay.
We are approaching just to our second edition. So you're in the business for 30 years of rock music. And
yeah.
Do you have some tips for us, or something that you tell us that we should do with our festival in the future?
The only tip I would give you is to look at the young people in your country and try and tune into the things that you know that they're interested in. You know, because maybe you could bring, I don't know, lots of jazz films or something, which is cool. I like jazz, but maybe for the audience in Croatia, maybe I don't know. Maybe they love jazz, but it's good.
It's long past the time.
Maybe, but it's good if you can obviously show them things that you know they have an interest in. You know what I mean? I mean, I think it's good if these festivals encourage people to make films, to go out and do something themselves, and it's a good opportunity to exchange ideas. You know, you exchange ideas, you get new inspiration, and out of that inspiration comes new creation. You know, it's about passing it on.
It's not matter if it is punk, hip hop, reggae.
No, it's whatever works for them. You know. Sorry, I didn't mean to say anything bad about jazz. I like jazz.
Okay. I would like to ask you a specific question about the film that was screened here in Prague.
Okay.
It is a film about what you said, father of
funk. Yeah,
grandfather of funk.
Yeah, it's a documentary on a guy called George Clinton called Tales of Dr. Funkenstein, and it really looks at his body of work and his life. And when I was growing up, he was a big inspiration to me because he was a black artist who didn't do just black music. When he first started, his first 3 albums were very progressive rock, more out there than many of the white groups at the time. And then later on, he kind of reinvented funk as a thing called P-funk. He was the first one to use an electric bass. And through his life, he's continued to reinvent himself. And I find this very inspiring and good subject matter. Well, I think George had a kind of a punk attitude in the fact that, as the film has shown you, that he wasn't prepared to fit into any of these boxes that were out there for black people to express themselves. Even though he did try it. I mean, as you saw, he started to do the whole doo-wop thing, approached Motown. I'm telling you what's in the Motown film. But I think I said in the opening of the film that I'm always attracted to people that are kind of trying to push the parameters and the borders, trying to do something new rather than being repetitious. And I'm drawn to anything like that that's trying to drive things forward and make the world a more interesting place, rather than just trying to sell records and take your money. You know, I'm drawn to music that has an agenda other than ego and makeup. And it's hard to find these days. That's why all my past projects have been done about people that are, you know, from the past. Like I said, you know, we were listening to like Motown and a lot of the more conventional black music, you know, things that fit into these separate boxes. And when you put on a funkadelic record, I mean, it was more progressive and out there than any, not only black music, but also white music in its delivery and lyrical content. I mean, it really blew me away.
Where did you find your interests in funk? Do you think that
I'm a black man. Yeah. It's in my blood.
Okay,
it's in my blood. I mean, funk, soul, reggae, R&B, that's in my blood. So it's not something you find, it's something you grow up with. Yeah.
So you found punk in '77?
I found punk, because it's kind of alien to my culture. But because of my white friends, and obviously I grew up in England, I became very familiar with it and turned on by it too.
So can you tell us something about living in London in the late '70s?
Oh wow, okay. Living in London as a young black man growing up was very, very difficult, because it was like a new social experiment. I am first generation British born black. In other words, I'm born in England. And it was like a new social experiment. And the people there, they weren't too happy about black people. There was a lot of right-wing politics, a thing called the National Front. And it was generally a very tough time for black people. But I had my music to make me feel better. I had reggae music.